Agite. You know what that means.
Quick and agitated.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you don't have to be French speaker because it's similar to English words. Or vivo in Italian, for example. Agitato in Italian. So, but at that place that I'm talking about, which is whatever that number is, I already forgot, the letter N, is not faster than your basic. It should not be faster. You play a lot faster. Like, maybe it wasn't a lot. You know how in your teachers you play twice as fast there. And of course, they're just making a point. But it was, maybe it wasn't a lot faster, but it was definitely faster. And faster than it needed to be, more important. So I think the music works better. Which is the same tempo as the beginning. So I think don't play faster than you do at the beginning. That's one of them. There were a few other little questions like that, but maybe, well, let's get to, one practical matter. This is always fun. The famous, one of the more annoying cello moments. to cheat the C, which is your arrival note, because you're going to have pits on it. That's tough, right? So you want to give that C its full value. You can take time before it, right? So there are a couple of things. Try it one more time. But there's another thing, the group can be aware of that as well. Really, it's well, it is the whole group that needs to know. The second beat, da da da, 2, 3, 4, could be just 2.5 milliseconds later to give you the time you need to get to the pits. That's a much better solution than rushing to it and cheating the high C and then the pit's not speaking. There's kind of what's happening, right? Try by yourself one more time. Now, I won't keep making you do it until time's up, but each of those notes. So alto the F. This is fine. You have to make, yeah. Because I think what's happening also is that you're concerned about the C, so you're cheating the F, and you're concerned about the pit, so you're cheating the C. So that's half the notes. It doesn't. I don't remember that. Oh, that's already better. Yeah. But you have still one hit. Just do it one more time. And then I think.
Do you ever practice it like stopping on the notes that you're that Chris was saying you're cheating?
Yeah.
So stopping, just playing to the F.
So make sure so your inventory is notes.
And
So you can't do those notes. Right.
yeah, don't worry about the bits you got.
Yeah. Or do it, you know, and then delay the pits a whole lot. I mean, but do it without the pits first, because if it were only if the notes were perfect and you were missing the pits, I would focus on that. But I think the bigger issue is playing those 4 quarter notes first, right? And making sure those. Yeah. So just break it down, slow it down, make sure you're giving those notes attention. It's our biggest sin in shifting on the instrument is that the note we're shifting from, we cheated. We're afraid of what's coming next. And then only the second biggest sin isn't the shift. The first biggest sin is cheating the note before the shift. So make sure that F is there, and the C, you're cheating for a different reason. It's because of the pits. So you know those notes really have to be there. Those are very important. It's one of your star moments. These. All 4 notes in it. Okay, now let's do some of the beginning again. Oh, there were a few places. Oh, this is it. A place that I wanted to mention, but I'm gonna have to cross-reference to find it in the chart. It's okay. I can find it. You know the place that's in 3, but it feels like it's in 5. Yeah. Let me see. The place where you have and you reach these big fortissimos. Yeah, this place. These fortissimos. Oh, you have measure numbers too. Yeah, some of those arrivals didn't feel nearly big enough to me. I mean, writes fortissimo a lot in this piece. Ton. And accents, I mean, it's like, I've run out of sound. I can't keep doing it. So they don't have to be the same. But some of those arrivals that come after the big build-ups, I'm not getting the full impact of them. Some of them I am, but there are several that I'm not. So let's do some of the beginning again, and I think I'm focusing on a number of things. Accuracy, stability of pulse, like just this movement is so exciting when, I mean, this is not going to be profound what I'm about to say. It's really exciting when it's together. But when all these things really click, when your brain's in the same place, and like I was having the Haydn other trio before you guys, the counting, what, you know, if it's this or whatever, you know, or different, you know, one person's doing one thing, one person's doing something else, it's probably not going to click and link together. So it's just, you know, one thing. There's this group playing, they're playing right now at Stanford. It's called the Piano Quartet. Have you heard of these guys? And so you know why they're called the Piano Quartet? I thought, oh, they named themselves that. No, it's like they took the word piano, took the P away, and put a B in front of it. And the reason is they think, oh, piano is one instrument. Quartet should be one instrument. And at first I thought, oh, really? Actually, they're really nice guys and they play really well, so I'm making fun of them as friends. But then I thought about it and said, oh, that's really smart. You know, it's like, it's one instrument. It's one. Quartet is all about this unity thing, right? And yet, just like, you know, if you play piano, maybe this pinky sounds a certain way, and this pinky sounds you still have individualism at the same time. You don't want to give that. But in a movement like this, it's so much about rhythmic unison. You really have to be one. Okay, again, not profound to say that. You know that already, but you have to keep giving it attention. And you have to have markers. So one of the ways to do it is you've got to places you know there's a lines here, there's a lines there. If you feel yourself, I feel like I'm getting away from the group. I'm rushing ahead. Hit the brakes on, have your markers, know where to go. And that's only in case of emergency. Ideally, you won't have to deal with that, right? Okay, let's try it again. One more time, what you did there together. This is not a particularly challenging thing. It's how you wrote it. It's not your fault. By the way, be careful of the first accent. I mean, I think you can imagine the accent sort of, I mean, yeah, okay, maybe it applies to the first note, but I think it spreads a little bit, so it's not just one note. But he writes, then, I don't know what it's like for all of you, but at least in the first part of the part, you have to take 3 notes in the fourth bar. So what can happen is, we cheat, speaking of cheating the end of something, it's really easy to cheat the end of that. So most of the time I've played it, we've just done a little bit of, we just gave it this strong sense of arrival. But I think the way you want to think of it is not to cheat the end of the previous bar. So make sure you really play the previous bar, then play the chord. So let's do an experiment. Play, then, you know, add a whole bunch of unrealistic space. Do it again until it's together. Keep doing it. It's making your 16th notes not together for some reason. Try it one more time. Don't give that up. Yeah. So literally, lift with energy, and put it down. Okay, so not perfect yet, but this is the thing to do a few times. To really feel like you're giving full attention to each of the two things, even though they're a little bit at odds with each other. And that's how he wrote it, right? Music is filled with these sorts of things. I mean, the most famous kind of thing to point to when we talk about that is our subito pianos in Beethoven. When you're playing really loud and suddenly you have a subito piano. It's so awkward to do it. It's a struggle even. It's maybe not even entirely possible, but he knew that, right? So Ravel was looking for something here. He probably didn't want you to take time. He certainly wouldn't have wanted you to take the kind of time you're taking now, but this is just a rehearsal technique. He wants you to get there, but there may be some subtle thing you have to do in order to play the 5 double notes before you play the chord. Meaning, don't rush into the fourth bar in particular. It's 4 more than 2. Bar 2 is a little easier. Okay, now let's put it back together again. I believe that was better already. But can you start a little, without losing clarity and articulation, start a little less? Because in 2 bars, it should do a really dramatic build-up. I don't mean the beginning, I mean measure 5. Start at measure 5. Except, da, 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 da. Each 16th note should be a little louder than the previous one. But you're not getting to the bar 6 together. Oh, that was so well together, but I still didn't hear the continuous. See, this is super nitpicky, right? This is the kind of stuff that I'm missing right now. That's why I'm doing it. I promise not to do it to every bar, but we'll hit a few spots like this. Bar 5, one more time. So not too loud. That's a Quartet. That's a very specific marking. He doesn't want it to be piano. He didn't want it to be soft, but he also didn't you give your all because you have 2 bars, and then viola entrance in the next bar is forte. So he's already given you, oh, by the next bar you're forte, by the next bar you're forte. Because the first time you played, you get a lot faster. This was already, I'm sorry, Kate. That was already better though. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just do that sequence. Much better though. Measure 5, 6 into the pizzas are overall really good, big grand pizzas. Let's leave that. Let's start in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I will confess that I have to tell myself to hold this one because it feels right when it rushes. Does that make sense? Somehow it feels right when it pushes, and it can't push. Right? But one more time. Yeah, one more time. And I do think you could be a little more too. I know it's forte, but it's like 2 of them doing fortissimo, and then you go on. Drama, every twist and turn you can find is there. It's still the drama. Every turn of the road. So, sorry. So I'm trying to play your part. I'm not succeeding, but you know. So the dynamics are so clearly mapped out. So fortissimo. So you end up with a cumulative 4 bars, just like I told you to measure 5 and 6, cumulative 2 bars of growing. This one comes down. Do it one more time, almost. Yeah, I'm a little nervous. You're together, but it feels a little already like this. I'll remind you occasionally, but do the same thing one more time. I think you can come in a little more. As a forte accent, a little more, so that you get more drama out of it. One more time. The fun thing about it, and it's important because part of the rhythm is the 3rd, 8th note, right? And then you get to it. So it's not only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's always the 3. And the 3 serves a rhythmic purpose. It's also serving a musical purpose. So just be careful. Use that to your advantage. Use it to keep things really, really stable. Can you start right there where that begins? Not where you played before bars. We all have piano. Sorry, I figured that. It's the 5th, 8th note. 5, 5. I need more 5. I'm going to slap 5 to be good. Yeah, so sometimes you sort of almost skipping over the 5th, 8th, or part of it. If I would say you're kind of one that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's count together. Ready? Hold on. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Now let's do it with the 3rd, 8th note. First and 3rd, 8th note. So ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. So you can feel that while you're scrubbing away, right? But I think it is you get a little anticipatory from the ends of the bars to the beginnings of the next. And you're doing it simultaneously, so it's not falling apart, but it makes it, there's enough sort of agite built into the music, in my opinion. You don't have to add an additional layer of agite. Okay, can we start from one more time? I'll keep reminding, keep playing, I might remind you. play faster. Is that possible? Maybe. It feels a little this way. You know, metronomes are interesting things. You do metronome marking, obviously, for the whole bar, because 84 for the bar, multiply that by 5, that's a pretty fast metronome mark, if you were counting all the, imagine the 16s. But anyway, have you played it with a metronome? I mean, I full disclosure, metronomes drive me insane, but I still pull it out. And now it's an app on my phone. It's so easy. I check that out and I turn it on. You know, in the old days, you wind it up, and it had a little pendulum, and you had to be in the right room for it, and all that stuff. Really easy now. So I think even just, and it's hard with quartet, by the way, because rarely is metronome loud enough for all of you to hear. Whenever in my quartet we would rehearse with metronome, we would just play quieter, so we could hear it, which is not entirely realistic. But in any case. You know, I'm giving you my human perception of what you're doing with the rhythm. The metronome will give you a very non-human indication of where the beat goes. But I think it could only help, at least to a point, you know, to check in with that. I don't know, let's try it. Because I have my phone. What do you know? I have a metronome app. Where did that come from? 84, you think? It won't be, well, even if I crank it out, it won't be loud enough. But, well, you're not going to have to. You don't have to. Let's find your tempo. 150, is that your tempo, basically? Should I tell you what it is? 150, that's 74. I don't think you have to be 84, but just be steady. See if you can play with that. Just experiment. So if you have to maybe don't do full out, or do all out. Start in the same place. Well. Yes. Well, one of the things, the first time I put a metronome together is that you're spending so much time trying to hear it that you don't hear each other. And so it presents a whole other layer of problems. We're going to try it one more time. I'm not going to obsess over it in any way. But I don't know that it's just that you're doing the things that I was saying, and I was making a strong point of those things. It may be other things happening too. So it may not just be that you anticipate it. There may be other bits of rhythmic instability that you should identify. So just try it one more time. That was already better than the time before. So you could spend a little time doing that. I think I had a whole setup in my, not the same one for the previous quartet that I was in for many years, where we would plug a metronome into a big speaker. Remember learning Bartok for the quartet that way? You just put a metronome on, we just did it. But I think this music can benefit from that work. Okay, good. So let's keep going, because I want to hit a few other things. Can you go right where you reach the fortissimo? Right where you reach the fortissimo? So like, the 9 bar that we were starting before. Yeah, so there's one of those markers, right? You weren't entirely together for those bars. I mean, close, but not quite. So this is going to be a project for you all. We're working on that ensemble. Taking the edge off, slowing it down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Until you really feel it, ramping it up, with or without metronome. That's going to be a good idea. You've probably done some of that, right? I mean, I'm sure you didn't sit down the first day and play it in the tempo, right? Or did you? Yeah, exactly. So don't give up on the slow yet, even though you can play fast. But sometimes we skip a few steps and we realize, take a step back. And even when you played it in concert 100 times in tempo, you should still rehearse it slowly. Because you want to know that you can count on that ability to listen. When it goes by so quickly, it's awfully hard to hear it. You start to trust other things more fast. But you have to build up to it. So perhaps, you're not quite there yet. You're getting close. You're not quite there. Okay, so that piano where you just landed, that's one of those markers you can really feel that. So even if you're doubting yourself before, that has to be a place where you really feel it. Can you do the same spot one more time? That's what it's for. Slightly erroneously marked the piano. I think that boom, boom, and then it'll pop out a little bit. And be careful here. That's get a little, you know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We start right at 5/4. Still have a few minutes. Let's go a little bit farther. Right at the forte 5/4. Now you'll get a little more drama out of the decrescendo if you save a little more. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, it looks even on the page. This is the whole topic. What is the rate of decrescendo or the rate of crescendo, right? Suppose it just goes short. You know, the default is we do it perfectly evenly. Sometimes that works. There are a lot of crescendos that work that way. Every note's a little louder than the previous note. But sometimes for more drama, it's better to keep us waiting a little bit longer. I think this is one of those places. Can we do that spot though? Just where it's 3, where it's 3, 4, before the 5. The sort of touche play. And feel the 2-bar grouping. Really do. it's a little tedious. But it's not about being tedious. It's not about being purely technical and metronomic and all that. It's about really getting everything to come together, and then the music becomes incredibly more powerful. You know, when you really feel these things together, when your brains are in sync. So you've done clearly a lot of work leading you towards that, but there's more to do. And so that's what I'm picking up. But otherwise, great. Thank you very much.